I'll be coming home as soon as we've kicked Megatron's tail across the galaxy.
Hello internet friends, I've been unboxing Transformers and this is the latest one, Spike WITWICKY. I would have loved this guy when I was a kid. Well actually, I think I would have liked Daniel. He came with one of the Dinobots, I think Grimlock. So I'm interested to see how he stacks up against this version of Spike. It's core class. I've learned all sorts of stuff through starting to collect Studio Series. The different classes. So these guys are deluxe class. No, are they deluxe? I said I'd learned stuff. Core class, it's basically, sort of broadly speaking, it's to do with the size. So a little guy like this is what they call core class. And I really like the fact that they can bring out a character like this, $12.99, that's not too expensive. And because of the production and the way they create them these days, you can create a character like Spike. He would have never come out in the 80s. I suppose the argument would have been that he's not a Transformer. He's not... Kids don't really want that. But like Daniel and Spike are our surrogates in the fiction, aren't they? So to bring these guys out in this form is great. They're also bringing all kinds of quirky things out, like Bumblebee from the original G1 cartoon in his Cybertron form. That looks really good as well. I want to get hold of all this stuff. But anyway, we're going to unbox Spike, see what he's like. Fingers crossed, this might be the first one that I can transform without having to look at a YouTube video or really peer at the instructions. Also, the first guy that I have got that seems to be really leaning into the plastic-free packaging. At time of recording, Hasbro's just announced its plans for plastic-free packaging. So we saw a plastic insert for these guys with, was it the original cup that I got? And then there was no plastic insert for those later figures in 2021. And then, no, 2022. And then we get to this stage where there isn't even plastic on the window. You know, they're trying to be eco-friendly. I don't know how important those plastic windows on the front really are when you compare it to things like the manufacturing process and stuff. Cynical side of me says that it's a very visible change, but perhaps not the best change. It's a cheap change that Hasbro can make. There's not even any information about him on the back. That's unfortunate. He's just a guy in the movie. They expect us to know, and of course we do know, but there you go. All right, so the transformation, how many steps? 11, I think it said. Okay, cool. Let's get this guy out of the package. What am I doing faffing around? He looks really great. We've got to get these guys all standing in a row. That's the thing with these initial ones that I've bought. Just been looking forward to putting them on display. That's the difference between collecting these and like vintage or retro for me. These are things that I can display. Because they're modern, I feel less precious about them, less like they're something that I want to put up on the wall. Wow. I've just loved the way they all feel, to be honest. He looks great. Every one of these that I get out, I feel like that's my new favourite. Currently, because he's so unique. So little and dinky. But also he's got all this articulation. Look at that. That is so great. I feel like there's something on the back here. Is this a gun? There you go. There's another plastic-free thing. I think they said they were going to do this. Wrap things in paper rather than... Yeah, it's so the blast effects kind of thing. I haven't got the combat system, is it called? That's some of these blast effects. Let's just switch the camera so we're straight on with this guy and we compose him and stuff. Have a look at the articulation here. You know, they were chunky. It's an exo-suit, so it does a good job of replicating that kind of slightly cumbersome way that they moved both Daniel and Spike. Dad's exo-suit. What was Dad? So Dad had a spare exo-suit on the shuttle.
It was Spike's exo-suit.
Dad's exo-suit. He told me all about it.
Where do I put the things on his shoulders? I think it's there. His elbows. I think that is what it is. There are also, I think I'm noticing some other pegs maybe on the front, because when Daniel saves his dad, no, those don't quite fit. Maybe once it's down like that in robot mode, they will. No, those pegs are 3mm, I think, and these are 5mm. Yeah, I've been doing my research. I've been learning all kinds of stuff. Actually, it puts me in mind of a Starcom figure, or maybe Mask, something like that. You don't really get figure lines in this scale, but I would really like something like this, a whole line of figures with this sort of articulation. They can do a lot with articulation at this scale now. This is really cool. And a little thing at the back to move his head. I'm so glad they put that in. I was thinking, oh, his head's weirdly at the side now, but you can turn it with the little tab at the back. Kind of weird when you look down there. Obvious that he hasn't got a body. He's just a disembodied head inside. But yeah, I'm very happy with that. Now, the moment of truth about transforming him, I might try and do it on camera. I've been doing a little bit of a cut so far in my videos of these unboxings, but I'll try and do it live. I also like the fact that he's not I unboxed Blur, and there was some definite discoloration on the blue plastic. So this guy being white, I was really worried about that, but I can't see any blemishes or discoloration on this. It seems to be a complete crapshoot as to which characters you're going to find that discoloration with. Let me move this a little bit closer so I can't quite see it from that distance. So up like that, then down at the side. What is it telling me to do? There's the thing that you put those on the front. The transformation was a lot more complicated than I thought it was going to be, but I love the way he looks. I mean, even in the movies, the kind of exo-suit, I appreciated the fact that it was sort of kind of weird, like old sci-fi sort of exo-suit, not sleek, big chunky thing. That they did look a bit weird and not exactly elegant. Like, you compare them to RC's design. These were definitely designed to show that kind of it's something that's been developed for the humans, that's not necessarily an organic sort of the Transformers wouldn't necessarily have that. I mean, I always imagined that the Transformers made it for Spike and Daniel. It's Transformer tech. Yeah, it must be, because they transform. The humans couldn't have done that. Alright, so let's have a look at some scales. The only thing that I've really got to scale are the things that I've unboxed so far. I can't do a definite. Whoops. I mean, that looks really good. I'm not sure if it's technically correct. I know in the exosuit he's a bit taller than he would be otherwise, obviously, because his legs don't go all the way to the ground in it. He's wearing a metal exoskeleton. But yeah, that looks convincing in terms of scale. We need to put him next to Bumblebee or something like that. Get hold of a Bumblebee and see how that looks. Well, I'm really happy with that. I'm up to the point now where this initial 4 figures, and now I'm looking what to get next. I just got a couple of sweeps that arrived, but I missed out on Scourge, so I need to find him. I think this is definitely a must-have pickup, even though it's just so diminutive and small for anyone who's a fan of the film. When they do these quirky figures, and like I said, the Bumblebee one from the original G1 cartoon is another one that I feel like Transformers fans need to have. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed my unboxings. I think we'll have a look, well, whatever comes up next, my plan is to just keep collecting this line and other lines and chat while I unbox them with you. I hope you've enjoyed this quick series of videos. Look forward to the next one. Do talk to me in the comments and like the video if you liked it. You don't have to. And if you really liked it, you might like to subscribe. But I've been Napier. Thank you for joining me for these little series of videos. I really enjoyed it. All right, see you next time. Bye.